Greatness is not just what you do on the court, it's who you become when no one's watching. Let's be real. Some of y'all are here maybe because your mama made you get out the house. I don't know. Some of y'all are here because you want to be here, but right now it's on you, right? You now become accountable of your own journey, your own academic journey, your own academic identity. You don't have mom and them trying to wake you up in the morning to get to school, right? You have to own that. That's what I love about when y'all get this age, you all can figure some things out. You can become who you want to be and not based on suggestions, not based on opinions. So this is a serious moment for each and every last one of you in here to become who you want to be and not based on the suggestions or my environment, all right? So greatness is not just about what you do on the court. It's who you become when no one is watching. Obviously, when we look at the court of life, right, or the court of the campus, you're not going to have folks telling you what to do. That means you got to own it. That means you have to come up with your own schedule, come up with plans, right? And what I love about NSU, you all have support. You all have success coaches, like the entire faculty, the entire staff. They're here to help you all succeed. Once again, we're not just trying to survive. We're trying to what? Thrive. Let's go. Let's go. So I'm going to share just a snippet of my journey. I'm not going to get into my entire life. I am a former college athlete, played basketball for college, and I had a dope experience. I'm not going to lie, I had fun in college, right? Some of y'all are excited about college. Y'all ready to go to the college life, the college parties. Stay away from them, right? Come on, like, yeah, okay. Who said that? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be in every one. All right. So, former college athlete. Also prior Navy, where I was afforded the opportunity to play all Navy basketball. I was able to travel the world, going to countries like Dubai, Spain, Turkey, Greece, Bahrain, Sicily, Italy. All right. So I had the opportunity to travel. It was really fun. Also playing semi-pro basketball. But something happened before I got to the Navy, something transpired when I was in college. I remember I'm on a full ride scholarship playing basketball. This at the end of the season, I get a call in the office. The coach calls me in. He said, listen, we're doing scholarship cuts and your name is at the bottom of the list. In other words, now they're looking at everything. They're looking at academics. They're looking at your success, how you're showing up to classes, right? This is something we're going to talk about today. You have to show up, all right? You're not showing up for the professors. I'm going to be honest. It's not their responsibility. Like they said, they shut the door, they lock the doors if you're late. You have to show up. So the coach calls me in the office. He said, listen, we're doing scholarship cuts. Your name is on the bottom of the list. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cut your scholarship. Here's the thing. Before that moment, guess what? I stopped going to class. I try to just use my smarts, my intellect, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to just show up and take the test. Now my grades, I have C's and D's. Now, in my mind, I'm like, as long as I'm eligible to play, that's all that matters. Let me just explain this to y'all in this moment. You don't want to be that student or that individual that's just getting by. Once again, we're not trying to just survive. We're trying to what? Thrive. You don't want to be at the back of the list or the end of the list when y'all walk across the stage and you get your diploma. Congratulations, that's a huge accomplishment. But guess what? Guess where you're headed now? You're heading to the workforce, the job force. You have to look for a job now, right? And last time I checked, they're not just giving out jobs. I'm just gonna be honest. They're not just giving jobs. So now you have to start today changing your mindset. Let's back up some. Before I had the meeting with the coach, guess what I could have done? I could have locked in, started going to class, right? What are some other things I could have done to make sure I didn't lose my scholarship? Let's talk. I want to hear it. Who said that? Not procrastinate. What else? Who said apply yourself? What else? Give me one more. Stand away from the parties. Listen, I was in just about every party, every house party, every hotel party. You have to understand, growing up in a house where you're kind of sheltered and your parents is telling you how to move, what to do. I got out of the house and I pretty much lost it, right? This is the fast life now. Now I'm smoking, now I'm drinking, I'm doing all kinds of things. with a full ride scholarship. I didn't have mama in my ear telling you, all right, lock in, right? I didn't have my caregiver, all right, telling me to lock in. So I lost focus. I procrastinated. I didn't study. I stopped going to classes. Let me explain this to y'all. It doesn't matter how athletic I was. It don't matter how dope you are. What matters is your mindset. What matters is if you shift your mindset and you prepare to enter the job force where they can't deny you. It's not just about your GPA. They're looking at how smart, how emotionally intelligent you are. Can you handle adverse situations? All right, how you handle yourself. Once again, it's not what you do on the court. It's when no one is watching you, right? That's what matters. I lost focus. I lost my scholarship. And then I chose the Navy. Thankfully, I was able to walk on and get selected for All Navy basketball. But let's be real. How many of you are 6'7" in here? Let's be real. Seriously. How many feel like they can? Okay, how tall are you? You look short sitting down, bro. Stop playing. I'm just saying. How tall are you? You leaning back. Got you. Are you an athlete? Yes. What you play? Football. Hold up, y'all. Hold on. Let's respect someone speaking, right? Go ahead. So he plays everything. But here's the point I want to make. Y'all listen up. I need y'all to really hear this. Here's the point I want to make. This is just one individual in this entire class who just named out just about every sport on this planet that he plays, right? Here's the thing. Everyone is not going to get a second chance. I was fortunate when I joined the Navy, I was able to walk onto an all-Navy basketball team because of my skill set, right? But let's say hypothetically, I wasn't able to jump out the gym or shoot or any of those things. What would have happened? The truth is, I actually lost myself. I lost my identity. I didn't know who I was. But going backwards, had I locked in to my grades, showed up for myself, showed up for my education, my academics, I wouldn't have lost my scholarship, right? I want y'all to keep that in mind. Show up for yourself, seriously. It ain't about nobody from your hometown or from your household, from your environment. This moment is about you. Make that decision to shift, all right? Make that decision to shift. I want to transition real quick because we're talking about academic identity and academic formation. Before I go to that slide, let me ask y'all, someone tell me, what do you think academic identity is? Academic identity, what do you think it is? My man, what's up? Knowing yourself as a student. Anyone else? That was good. Knowing yourself as a student. Academic identity. If we were to break this down, identity is who you are, right? Knowing yourself, who you are. And because we're talking about the realm of academics, this is knowing yourself as a student, knowing yourself as a scholar, as a thinker, all right? Right now, it's that moment to start thinking about who are you as a student. I'm not talking about who are you, what your uncle, auntie, them told you were, all right? You are. Who are you now as a student? You're now at NSU. You're not, and I'm going to be honest, 4 years from now, when you walk across the stage, the majority of you're going to be someone different, right? This is where it counts. Who you are as a student, how you believe you learn best, the value you place on your education, your confidence, your sense of belonging, all that matters now. Let's be real. Some of you all are here and perhaps you feel like, man, I don't know if I'm smart enough for college. I'm only here because my parents made me. I'm going to tell you in this moment, there's an opportunity to change that, right? There's an opportunity to change that. And here's how you change it. You start studying, get ahead. Some of you already know what kind of career path you want to get on, right? You know what you want to be when you grow up. Right now is the time to start researching. Leverage ChatGPT. Leverage AI. Start asking ChatGPT, all right, what are some course material, some books I can start reading now so that I can get ahead? Once again, when everybody crosses stage in the next 4 years, what's going to separate you from the next person is your mindset. I caught it early, right? Leverage, I'm telling you, that's what I do now when it comes to studying. I leverage ChatGPT. I leverage AI. Help me create me a study plan. so that I can get ahead from my other peers, other classmates, all right? So academic identity is who you are as a student, who you become as a student, all right? Then we have academic formation. What do you think academic formation is? What do you think academic formation is? We talked about identity, academic identity. Then we have formation. What do you think it is? Anyone? All right, say it again. Setting goals for yourself. That's perfect. Anyone else? Give me one more. All y'all are intelligent sitting here. Academic formation. Academic formation is the process of shaping your mindset, habits, and values, setting goals for yourself, building a mental discipline, establishing healthy and effective study habits, something I didn't have coming through college. Once again, I prioritize parties over studying, right? I prioritize my friends over staying locked into my education. When you align your identity, your academic identity, you create goals and the mindset, that's when you start seeing success. When you align your academic identity with the goals, that's when you start to see success, because we're not trying to just survive. What are we trying to do? Thrive. All right, let's go. This is an opportunity. I want you all, let's be proactive in this moment. I want you all to tell me, let's have a conversation. What do you think could hold you back from being successful this year? All right, what do you think can hold you back from being successful in your education? Let's go. Who said that? Friend groups, that's a huge one. Yes, sir. Fear. Y'all said it at the same time. That's crazy. Yes, ma'am. Yourself. Hold on. Say that loud so that the whole room can hear that. Yourself. You can hold yourself back. Give me another one. Give me another one. Right here. Procrastination. Let's unpack that for a moment. What is procrastination? I know we use these words. We try to sound smart, right, Coach? Procrastination. Everybody want to stop. What is procrastination? Seriously. Who said that? Wasting time. What else? Not holding yourself accountable. Boy, I think y'all ready to walk across the stage for real. Yeah, give yourself a hand. Let's go. Give yourself a hand. We ready. So procrastination, wasting time, not holding yourself accountable. Give me one more. Procrastination. Oh my God. Yeah. Saying you're going to do something and you take it back. You renege, right? So when you got to hold yourself accountable before you hold anyone else accountable. All right. Something that also holds college students back is identity uncertainty. I said it before, when you enter college, the majority of you here, more than likely your parents might have made you come here, or this is probably like, okay, it's either college or work, I don't know. Now you have an opportunity to build an identity, become someone new, forge a new path, right? A lot of students that enter college, they really don't know who they are. You're fresh out of high school. There's so much pulling at your attention, so many suggestions, so many opinions pulling at you. But you have the opportunity to stop and think about what you want to do, who you want to become, which we'll get into that in a minute, all right? Here at ETA, Elevated Thoughts Academy, there's a framework called MVSOAR, MVSOAR, and there are 6 frameworks or components to this MVSOAR. So we're not going to get into each and every last one of them. But if y'all notice, the first one is mindset. If you want, you can snap a picture, take a picture, do what you do. Mindset's the first one. Reset your thinking patterns about your capability. The truth is, some of you that's here, once again, you feel like you're not going to succeed. Even though you're physically in the room, but I'm pretty sure some of you are like, man, I don't know about this college life. But let me say this, before you quit, I want you to think about how far you can go if you stick with it. How far you can go if you say, you know what, I'm going to stay on track. I'm going to stay locked in. Let me ask this. How many of you are first-gen students, first-generational students? In other words, you're the first one in your family. Man, I'm going to stop here. Can we give them a hand? Like, seriously, that's a big deal, man. You're the first one in your family to go to college. Let me explain something. Let me explain this. When we talk about mindset and believing in yourself, in your academics, please don't try to make your caregiver or your family, I say family, don't try to make them believe in you. Don't do it. I'm gonna be honest, in many cases, it's a waste of time. You believe in you, and then you go prove them wrong. I'm telling you, for the first year, first generation, first year students, you're gonna have the negative talks. You're gonna have folks telling you who they think you are. We're gonna get past that, and you gotta believe in your own capabilities, all right? Believe in your own capabilities. I wanna hit on value. Discover what matters most to your academic journey. What do you value most? Is it, and some of you in your mind, you value get into the finish line in a high-paying job. Nothing wrong with that. Some of you value, I want to become successful. I want to be a business owner, entrepreneur. That's cool, right? But in order to get to that place, in order to get to the end, you have to understand and know what you value now. This is what counts. What do you value now? Because what you value is what you prioritize. Y'all believe in that? Y'all agree? What you value most, that's what you prioritize. Once again, I value trying to be around the wrong friends in college. I value trying to go to college parties or whatever the case is, and I lost focus. I wasn't locked in. Therefore, now I'm losing my scholarship. All right. And the last one I want to cover on this slide here is accountability and responsibility. It was very important that I hit this home because you are accountable for your own journey. You are accountable for your own academic journey. I said it before, no one else is going to do it for you. You're here. You're here now, right? Therefore, own it. Own your academic journey. I know y'all can barely see this. I want to hit on some success stories real quick. How many of you know Allen Iverson? I mean, only two. That's crazy. Oh, okay. We have more. All right. Someone tell me, what can you tell me about Allen Iverson? Someone tell me. Go ahead. Say again. Hall of Famer. Yes, sir. Speak up, because this is really good. Speak up. Uh-huh. You told me you knew him. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing you remember, bro? He got locked up. I got you. That's good. Anyone else? Who else? Who else knows something about Allen Iverson? All right. Someone else? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. There you go. Now, before all this took place, let me explain this. Allen Iverson, when he entered into Georgetown, he had limited academic prep. In other words, limited academic preparation. Allen Iverson and every negative person around him felt that he wasn't prepared academically. Maybe he's not smart enough for college. How many of you have possibly heard that in your lifetime? You're not smart enough. Yes, right? You're not smart. Maybe you should just leave that to somebody else. Go do something else, right? And here we have Allen Iverson fighting through all the adversities, and he became a Hall of Famer. He changed the game of basketball. I want to hit on Candace Parker. How many of you know Candace Parker? I got one. Candace Parker. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, who's Candace Parker? Female basketball player. What else? What can you tell me about her? Okay. Anything else? Yes, sir. 6'7". You sure about that, buddy? You don't know. I got you. Now I just asked you. All right. So check this out. So Candace Parker. Yes, she became the first woman to dunk in the NCAA, right? First, also WNBA. But also she struggled mentally. And here's the thing, man. In your success, folks, they ain't gonna highlight those negative, like the backdrop, right? The backdrop story before the success. They're not gonna talk about how she battled in her mindset, mentally, right? Let's be real. We're all here, first year students. You're gonna have moments where you are mentally fatigued. You're gonna be mentally drained. Some of you are gonna be on the verge of giving up on college. I'm telling you now, don't. All right, y'all come this far. I'm telling you now, don't. All right. Let's hit on, what about Taraji P. Henson? What you know about her? Female actress. What else? I saw a hand in the back. Anybody else? Okay. Motivational speaker. All right, so let's look at her briefly of her backstory. Taraji, she worked morning and evenings, working 2 jobs. How many know people who have to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to make it, right? We know those people. This was Taraji's story. While she's trying to raise her child, and she's in acting school full time. You're gonna imagine the mental toll on Taraji. But then now we look at Taraji now, she's in movies, right? She's successful in the film industry. And the reason I wanted to highlight some of these success stories from struggle to success, I need you to understand, yes, today matters. The person you choose today matter, how you think about yourself, your journey, your academic success, it matters. Also, I don't want you to get caught up on your failures. Yes, you're gonna fail. I know some of y'all are like, whoa, why are you so negative? No, I'm telling you, embrace that. Embrace the failures, go through it, because in failures, we learn the most, right? Right, coach? In failures, we learn the most about self, all right? So embrace those moments, grow from it, so that we can become successful. All right, we have about maybe 1, 2 more slides. All right, now I'm out your hair. So this is a slide that really hits home for me. And I really want you all to think about this, seriously. Think about it. Who are you becoming? All right, just take a moment right now, just think about who are you becoming. Understand you're one person today, but who are you becoming, right? There are 3 steps I want you all to consider. One is, we know that the world is in an identity crisis. A mindset crisis is what we call, right, at ETA. But the question is, who am I now? This is so powerful because this is awareness. When you ask that question, who am I now? You're thinking about your upbringing. You're thinking about your environment. You're thinking about the people that's trying to speak negativity towards you. You're not going to make it. Who are you now? These stories, these voices are what shapes our identity, right? You're here now, but yet those voices are in your head. So who are you now? This is powerful awareness. And then we move to, who do you want to become? Don't stay at step 1. Right? I told y'all before, in 4 years, once you walk across the stage, you're going to be someone different. You're going to be someone new. You ask yourself in this moment, who am I now? But who do I want to become on this academic journey? All right? This is purpose. This is when you start locking into your dreams, your visions, your aspirations, your hopes. Who do you want to become? And then the last step is, this is all about growth. How do I get there? Once again, what I love about NSU, they have the success coaches, they have the programs, they have the resources in place to help, but they're not going to force it and give it to you. You got to go out of it, right? You got to take ownership, take accountability, right? So these are the 3 steps. When we talk about becoming someone new, you ask yourself, who am I now, right? Who do I want to become? Now, how do I get there, all right? And then you come up with a plan based on where your mindset is. Your identity matters more than your GPA. Your mindset creates your reality. I told y'all before, earlier when I started, some of y'all are gonna walk across the stage with high GPAs. But the question is, once you get into the job market, they ask you, they're gonna ask Mr. or Mrs., what's your GPA like, right? When you walk into these jobs, they wanna look at your mindset. How do you respond to adversities, right? How do you have the emotional intelligence? If you have the IQ, all those things matters, right? Your GPA is one thing, but your mindset takes it to the next level, all right? Here's the last slide I want to get into, then I'm done. So 4 ways, because we're talking about academic formation, academic identity, there are 4 ways to take responsibility for your academic identity. 1, you're going to own your study cadence, own your study habits. How do you study best? Whether it's with a friend, with a group study, right? With flashcards. Right now is the time to start thinking about, how do I study best? All right? Once you figure out how you study best, you own that. And it may change throughout the year, throughout your program. It may change, right? But you have to own it now. Second, design your environment. Don't let it define you. Who or what is shaping your mindset out of your influence? It goes back to the friends. I think someone said it earlier about friends, who you connect with, right? Understand this, and this is going to be powerful. Who you connect with determines your environment, right? Who you connect with creates your environment. If you're connected with folks who don't have vision, or they don't have no sense of direction, more than likely they may drag you to say that same path, right? So you connect with those high-level thinkers, folks students that's locked into their success. Choose your friends wisely. I'm pretty sure your parents might have told you, your caregiver might have poured that into you. Choose your friends wisely, because it's true, especially on this level, on this college level, because the friends you choose determines your environment. All right? Are they pushing you, or are they holding you back? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? All right? The third is set visual targets. Where your eyes go, your life will follow. I told you earlier, I told you I lost focus. I wasn't locked in, right? And then what happened? I lost my what? I lost my scholarship, and now I got to go join the Navy. It wasn't ideal at the time. It was ideal for me, but I joined the Navy. Where your eyes go, where your focus is, that's what your life is going to follow. All right. So I want y'all to stay locked in, stay focused on your goal, on your academic journey, your academic identity. Last, develop a disciplined plan, not just a dream. Let me tell you this, a dream with no plan is just empty thoughts. A dream with no plan is just ideals, right? You want to make sure, yes, I'm dreaming, but I woke up. Now I'm putting in work, right? I'm dreaming, I have vision, but I woke up and now I'm locked in. I need y'all to lock in as first year students, all right? Let's go. So here's what I want you all, lessons, some key takeaways before I leave. Study cadence. Make sure you come up with study cadence, how you're going to study. Once again, flashcards, friends, one-on-one, group studying. That matters. How you study matters. For example, 30-minute focus blocks, regular breaks, peak energy. Don't try to study when you're tired. It won't work. I'll tell you that now. Don't try to study, man. It's midnight. I have a test tomorrow. Let me try. No. Study early, get it out of the way, all right? Keep me honest. Take an honest assessment about your ability, right? Name your distractions without judgment. Address them with intentions. For example, if it's social media, some of y'all, and I know we're in the age of social media, some of y'all can put it down. I get it, right? I have kids, I get it. But what matters? I told you before, we're talking about prioritizing what matters most. If we're talking about succeeding at a high level, all right? And then we take accountability, study partners, progress journals, weekly check-ins with your friends, positive friends, all right? That's gonna help you get from point A to point B in your success, all right? Are there any questions? Any questions? Any concerns, any fears about this first year at Norfolk State? No fears, no questions? Do me a favor. If you do have a phone, I don't know who has one. If you can, please take time to take this survey, all right? Take this survey. I think it's like 5 questions. This helps us, ETA, myself, and Coach Henson, create plans and programs for you all so you all can succeed, all right? We provide tools, frameworks, all kinds of things, content for you all to help you stay locked in. Can y'all give yourselves a hand for real? Like this is... So I'm going to be honest. Once again, this is my passion. I enjoy pointing to the next generation. This is not for show, right? Myself and Coach Henson, this is what we do. All right. If you want to connect, you can take a picture of this too. If you want to connect, if you have questions, real questions, serious questions, right? Take a picture of this. I'm here to answer any question you may have throughout your academic journey as becoming someone new every day, all right? Once again, my name is Coach Sam Tolbert, and I appreciate you all being attentive and staying awake too. I appreciate it, all right? Y'all stay locked in. Let's go.